Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so today before you leave. And make sure to thumbs up the video and to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on at this time. Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Sunday. So I hope everybody is doing very well. I'm doing well myself. I'm blessed and not stressed. I hope you are doing the same. Alright, so let's get into this video today. Okay, so I just wanted to come here real quick and just talk about this topic that just happened to fall into my spirit. So hopefully this will be a blessing to someone and just be some encouragement, just really just be a fun topic for us to dialogue on. Okay, so do we despise humble beginnings? So if God sent us a mate in an unexpected package, will we still admire the gift? Now, let's kind of mull over that just for a second and think about it. Now, if God would have sent us our mate, our dream mate, our husband or wife that we've been dying for, I've been praying about, if He were to send them like today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or even next year, and it was in an unexpected package, will we still admire the gift? Will we still want it? So, a lot of us kind of we kind of struggle with that. And a lot of us may not even recognize the person because it's an unexpected package. So the person didn't come looking like or acting like or sounding like exactly how we expected. So let's look at Zechariah 4 and 10. I just want to read that really quickly to you. Okay, so Zechariah, I'm going to read 4 and verses 9 through 11. The hands of Zerubbabel, have laid the foundation of his house, and his hands will finish it. Then you will know that the Lord of hosts has sent me to you. For who has despised the day of small things? But these 7 will be glad when they see the plumb line in the hand of Zerubbabel. These are the eyes of the Lord, which range to and fro throughout the earth. Then I said to him, what are these 2 olive trees on the right of the lampstand and on its left? So pay attention to verse 10 where it says, for who has despised the day of small things? But these 7 will be glad when they see the plumb line in the hand of Zerubbabel. These are the eyes of the Lord, which range to and fro throughout the earth. So it says, for who has despised the day of small things? So basically, who has despised humble beginnings? So the Bible, it reminds us in Zechariah, do not despise humble beginnings. So, a lot of us start humbly. We start small in life with our careers, with our mates, with anything, with school. We start off small. We start off, with small pennies before we get, dollar bills. We start off with dollar bills before we get Benjamins. We start off crawling before we walk. And so we start off running, before we start jumping, So, and then you jump before you leap, things like that, and so on and so forth. So God is reminding us in Zechariah to not be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed that you started off small. That you started off tiny and making these small efforts, because little by little leads to big. So it's the little things that count too. It really is. I mean, it's a very cliche saying, but it's very true. You have to start off small first. So if God were to send you your mate and the mate came in an unexpected package, would you still admire the gift? So, if you are, and I've talked about this topic probably a year or so ago. So if you're this college educated woman, and you have it all together and your guy you're attracted to him and you like him and everything is right except for the fact that he only has a high school diploma or a GED. Or maybe he, has maybe some trade school experience, maybe not. Would you still, entertain him? Would you still, consider courtship with him and marrying him? And a lot of women would scream no, because they feel like their educational experience and background has to match exactly with his in order for this union to work. In order for it to be beautiful and holy and ordained. And I'm like, no, that it doesn't really have to be that way. Like, you don't have to match in every area. You know, what you need to match in is really your hearts. Your hearts have to both be set on Christ, and that's really the most important thing. And of course, there's like the general things, like, oh, we love the same music, we love Thai food, and we, we love, skiing and parasailing and things like that. But and that the main thing is that both of you all are following Christ, and because when God puts two people together, there's so much purpose that's going to go into their union, which is what I want to get into next. So it's just really important that you have the main things in common, as opposed to more fickle things. So a lot of people kind of get lost in that, so yeah, a lot of people, they may reject the gift because they want, we all have these types. So we get caught up in, you my type, and she's my type, he's my type. And so we kind of get blinded and blindsided by our preferences. So yeah, the beautiful gifts, may get rejected because the packaging is not pretty enough. We don't like the packaging. So if we go over to 1 Samuel 16 and 7, and I will read that to you. So 1 Samuel 16 and 7. And give me just 1 second, just waiting for the page to load. Okay, so but the Lord said to Samuel, do not look on his appearance or the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. So right there in that verse, it's really just reminded us to not be fickle, to not be so fickle, and just remind you that God really doesn't look that he really doesn't judge people the way we do. And as you become more Christ-like, you will start to look at people the way Christ sees people. So God doesn't pick our mates the way we would. It's not based on physicalities or even financial merit or academic accomplishment. Not to underestimate the importance of these things, because they are important. But when he puts two people together, he assigns unique purpose to their union, and it goes beyond human understanding and insecurity. So yeah. So there's going to be, like, your marriage will serve God's kingdom in some way, in a big way. So you just have to remember there's a reason why he placed this person in your life, and to not allow those insecurities that may come up to block you from your gift, and this person being in your life. And anytime God pursues me, I'm always going to ask God, show me his heart, and is this the person you have for me? Because there's so many guys available for my ladies who are still single. There's so many guys out there that could be great matches for you, whether you just have a high school diploma, whether they have some technical school, vocational school, or they have master's degrees or higher. Sometimes education is a poor way of trying to see, whether or not this person is the one for you, or how much he makes a year is a poor way. It's just not. It's not a good way to romantically judge. A person is not. It's not indicative of whether or not this person is great for my life, or whether or not this is the one that God has for me, solely based on his education. Do our credentials match? And and not saying to get with a guy who's a complete idiot. Like, of course not, because then you don't have anything to talk about. You're like, he doesn't know much. Like, like, the conversation is dull. Like, you definitely don't want to get with someone like that. That would be really bad for you too. But I really want you guys to pay attention to, just try to, hear God's voice. And you can, pay attention to, the peace you may feel. How do you feel when you're around this person? What is this person saying? Like, and the fruit that they bear, because a tree is known by its fruit. Okay. And let's try to, their character is going to come out. So who this person really is will come out, and that way automatically you're going to know, okay, this is a good match for me. God, put this stamp of approval on this, or no, like, God is telling me run away, far away, from this person. Like, there's someone way better than this person, this person's not a good person for me, So you're going to know, and always go back to God and ask. Men and women should do that anyway. You always confirm before you run off and say, let's start courting, let's get married, let's start planning the day and getting the colors and the flowers. And don't do that until you confirm. But if you usually God will tell you already, or you just go to Him and you make sure you confirm that, but you're going to find that really you're going to have to go a little bit deeper, a little bit more skin deep. It's going to have to be more skin deep, and having not too much to do with just simply, we both have master's degrees. Who cares? You're going to find that doesn't really tell you too much, about the person. It's got to go a lot deeper, than like their race and their hair color and how tall they are. Like these things are going to be, they're not going to tell you whether or not this is a person you're supposed to be helping to add to God's kingdom with, it's hard to tell. Like, how are they going to tell you anything? It doesn't tell you anything at all, so you're definitely going to find that out. So I actually looked up an article too, on diversityinc.com. I'm going to read a snippet here, and I'll post it below so you all can read it for yourself. So, Black Women and Interracial Marriage. So, in his 2011 book, Is Marriage for White People?, Stanford law professor Ralph Richard Banks focuses on the marriage patterns of Black, middle-class, educated professionals. So, he conducted a decade of research, including interviews focused on dating and marriage, ideals, and experiences. Banks cites Black women advancing economically and educationally at higher levels than Black men as a cause for low marriage rates among Blacks in the U.S. So in an interview with Time magazine, he discussed a gender imbalance within the Black community. 2 African American women graduate from college for every 1 African American male. Despite this imbalance, there is still enormous social pressure on Black women to only marry Black men. Listen to that. To sustain the race and build strong Black families. And this means marrying Black men even if they are less educated or earn less money. In short, no matter the personal cost, Black women are encouraged to marry down before they marry out. Banks explained that for the sake of a man, Black women are pressured to give up certain kinds of life experiences, while white women are taught to cultivate them. And Black women should be open to having relationships with men who are not Black and focus more on class. This would be good for them, for their children, and even benefit other Black couples by helping to level the playing field, he said. So I just want to read a snippet of that article. I found it really interesting, actually. This article was found on diversityinc.com. It was back in 2015. They didn't have any articles from 2017. I'm a journalist, so I always look for the most recent article. So that's the most recent from 2015, 2 years ago. So it's pretty recent. It's pretty interesting, what he was saying. And somebody commented on the article below, like a couple people commented on the article. And one man, he had said, and he's a man who has a PhD, and I think his wife has maybe similar credentials to him. They've been married for a long time. And he was saying how the reason why a lot of, Black professional women are, not marrying or not being successful at marriage is because they simply feel like because of their credentials, they don't have to do the duties of a wife. The traditional duties of loving a man, catering to a man, and, doing things for a man. And they're like, I don't have to do this, and I'm too educated. I'm too, I have a so degree. I'm not doing nothing. I don't have to, And, I had to ask myself, well, do I think that that's true? Do I feel like that's true? Do I feel, as a Black woman, I'm an educated Black woman myself. I have a bachelor's degree, in magazine journalism. Do I feel like, that's true? Is that me? I would say no. That's not who I am, but I think that might be true for some Black women. There are some Black women who they get very, they have high degree, they have, bachelor's degree like me, and they have bachelor's plus master's plus PhD, whatever, So yeah, they climb the academic ladder, and they may feel like I don't have to do certain things because I am educated. And I feel like that's a lack of understanding, lack of Christ, and really having that relationship with Christ and understanding what's the purpose for marriage. What is God's purpose for marriage? What's the whole point of having a partner? And so they're still stuck in the me zone. So they're all about, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I do. I don't do all that. They don't really understand marriage like that. So when you don't understand God's design for marriage and His purpose for marriage, and you only into the worldly purpose for marriage, you might say stuff like that. So you might be totally against it. You might not even be open to dating outside your race, which I think is great. You know, I think black women should open themselves up to dating outside their race. That's beautiful. I think you should be open to whoever God has for you, but you might be stuck in that place of like, I have to stay down for, you know, the black guys only, my black men. I can't date anybody else. Or I'm a black woman who has all this education. I don't do all that. I don't do this. I'm not catering no man. I'm not whatever. You know, I'm not submitting. I'm not whatever. I'm not doing this. You know, yeah. You know, or I'm not dating some guy who only has high school education. Oh my God, no. You know, and and just all this craziness. So these just sound like just areas of miscommunication, misunderstanding, misinformation, clearly areas of brokenness, you know, inside of her that she needs to have God come in to and fix. You know, only God can do that and get that person to a point where they are ready and they understand, you know, what's going on here. They understand, you know, what God is trying to do in their life as far as marriage is concerned and a mate is concerned. So that would be the only way, you know, they're going to be successful, you know, in a loving, happy, you know, relationship where they are fulfilled in their careers and what they're doing, their dreams, and also fulfilled at home with their mates, you know, and, you know, things of that nature with their family, you know, that they have. So, yeah, that's just my opinion on that. But I will drop that article below so you guys can check out the rest of the article for yourself. It's pretty interesting. So, yeah, but I hope this video was interesting to you guys, and definitely you got some encouragement out of it, and you were blessed by it. So please like, comment, and share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if that's that be all, nothing else here, I will see you guys later, and you have a blessed rest of your week. Bye.